Tall Kid. We've been using this plane as an aerial camera platform. We got the GoPro up front, and we're either taking videos or time-lapse photos. In the photos, we take one every about 2 seconds. And recently, we were about done doing that, and we had finished up our work. And we still had a couple batteries in an empty park. And we're buzzing around. These twin motors make them just like a fighter jet. So you can fly low, high, have all kinds of fun. And we were swooping out from the land low across the water and coming in. And we were coming by some trees, and we just swoop right by it. And one time we were coming around, and we just got too close, and pow! We hit the trees. So we are doing something different than camera runs. In a camera run, you know exactly what you're doing with your plane and your camera, and you can just think it through. But when you're out just having fun, you can sometimes get caught by that. And we did, and you wonder how that can happen. And you can think you see the trees and judge the distance really well. But you don't. And here's one of the reasons why. Our eyes are like two camera lenses, and 35mm equivalent. Our eyes are about 43mm. A lens that is pretty close to that is a 50mm lens. Because we have two eyes, it's like having two 50mm lenses, giving us about 124 degrees of view. That means we can see pretty wide angle with our two eyes. Straight out would be 180 degrees, or about 124. So that means we can see a lot. I can see my little brother going by. He's right there, he's wearing a blue shirt. So you think we can see a lot like trees you're about to hit with our airplane. But really, we can't. You only see a very little spot with your eyes. It means that there's just a little bit that's in focus. Like, I can see like this much, and then behind me, or right around here, I can't see. So if we're looking at about 120 degrees of field view, we can only see like a couple of feet of that. So if I put my hand here and here, you can only see about one at a time. You can't go other. Because we can focus and concentrate on different spots, we think we can see a lot. Because our eye is very fast. So if really we're not focused on one shot, the rest is out of focus. And that large field of view that we have, and is really just to identify movement. We're focusing on one thing, but that depth of field is looking for a little movement on that one side. And it clues us into there, and we can focus on that real quick. So when you're flying an airplane like this over water, just a blink, and your plane could be gone in the water. So you end up really focusing on just that. So even if there's trees coming up from the side, they're not moving, so you can't really see them. And then, stop doing! You drive into them just like we did. And we ended up with the plane caught in the trees over the water. And we kind of had to get a minor epic save to get it out of there. So we had our new $200 GoPro up there and leave it out there and just have some random person be walking by. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Called thunk. Oh, I've heard about those. They're GoPros. They're so expensive. It's mine. There's been a few epic saves of down aircraft, and there's been a few other epic saves in our YouTube community. One was Lipo Pilot. It took him all day to get his plane out of a tree in a big swamp. He found 2 bottles of water in his backpack, and it was just like Christmas. But he did get his plane out of the swamp. Then there was Daniel at RC test flight. He crashed his airplane halfway up a mountain, and him and his dad, it was a miracle that they would find it with a couple of binoculars, and they got it off the mountain. And then there was Let Me Play My Strat. He kind of had the biggest save of all. He dropped his FPV GWS in a swamp. He swam in to get it, and he had a big pole so the gators wouldn't get him. So it kind of was multiple choice. Get eaten by a gator or lose my $300 GoPro. He went with the gator instead of losing his airplane. We got ours out. It was pretty banged up, but we fixed it. Just a tip, anytime that you're flying over water, be careful because your airplane could go bye-bye. Just like that. So you have to really weigh the safety concerns if you're going to rescue it like that. Go fly and have fun, and use the knowledge of your vision to fly safety. Smile! Go find out for more shots! Just a blink, and your plane could be gone in the water forever.